So there's an idea I thought would be a lot of fun, would be to think about this idea of perhaps writing yourself a letter and perhaps putting in your art journal and writing this letter to yourself. And let me read to you what I was thinking about that. Imagine yourself in your future. Okay, so imagine a year from now or a few years from now. So imagine yourself and write a letter to yourself about why you believe in yourself as an artist and what you've learned about yourself and your art. So imagine that you're a year down the road or a few years down the road and write to yourself from that perspective. So imagine you're in the future and you're saying, hey, Mary or Allison or Bob, hey, this is where I am. It's so fantastic. I believe in myself. This is what I'm doing with my art. This is what I'm about. And so you kind of project into the future some ideas and dreams for yourself. And the idea is having a clear idea of how you wish to be and who you want to become will guide you through the perils of creating, which we know there are many. So really, these kinds of conversations and imaginations are very helpful. You're kind of envisioning yourself. And there's a wonderful guy named Benjamin Zander who works, he's a musician, and I think he was conductor of the Boston Philharmonic. He may still be, and he works with all kinds of musicians, cellist, he's a cellist, violinist, voice, classical voice, all kinds of instruments. But he's this amazing teacher who is able to bring out the expression of the music from the musician. And one of his points is that it's not about perfect notes. I mean, all the people he works with have done a lot of work for years on their instruments. And oftentimes what will happen is they're up there playing the cello, for example, and they're just trying to be so perfect and hit every note and not make a mistake that something gets lost in that. And his point is that the audience came here to be moved. They came here to feel something, and that you, the musician, are there to share your voice, share some experience, share experiences that we can relate to. They might be existential, universal, and what the composer is trying to express, and that people come for miles and hours away to be moved by this music that you're playing, to feel something, to remember something. And I think that this applies to art as well, that it's not about a perfect painting. It's about getting at the exigencies of life. It's about expressing something, some feeling, some experience, and perhaps that will move someone who sees that painting. Perhaps something will get activated in them, some kind of memory, something. And it's very, very powerful. So extrapolating from that, I think that a big piece of what we're talking about here is not getting too hung up on so-called mistakes, okay? And that's why we talk a lot about ugly paintings in here. So, and part of that is allowing experimentation continually. And that was this mini start here. And just even the experience of it, you can take into your other paintings. So that's what we're trying to get at, is believing in yourself and allowing and perhaps writing this letter to yourself from your future self to you. So you put it out into the future that you're going to believe in yourself, and you have things you want to explore. So that was an idea for the new year that I invite you to consider. And I'd love to hear your thoughts about that and see if that stimulates anything for you.